Everybody, hello. Welcome back to UFOh Snap, the podcast where we dive headfirst into the world of the unexplained, the mysterious, the downright out of this world. I am your host, of course, Jake.
And I'm Lindsay.
And today we are going to be talking about an interesting phenomenon. A phenomenon that's been puzzling people for centuries.
Centuries. Holy shit.
We're talking centuries today, guys. We're talking about crop circles.
Crop circles.
Now, when you think of crop circles, you might picture, I don't know, maybe a couple old guys with some planks and ropes. Flattening wheat in the dead of night. And sure, there's some truth to that.
Okay.
There is some truth to that, for sure. But as we'll see, the story of a crop circle isn't quite that simple.
Okay.
So buckle up, because we're about to go through a whirlwind tour. The history of the crop circle. So where do we start? How about the 17th century? I did say we're going to talk centuries.
Oh, yeah, that's way back.
It's way back. It's actually the first recorded crop circle mention.
Okay.
Back in 1678, there was a pamphlet called The Mowing Devil.
I like that.
The Mowing Devil. Now, this pamphlet tells the tale of a farmer who, rather than pay the price demanded by a laborer to mow his field, declared he'd rather have the devil do the work. And lo and behold, that night, his field was found to be perfectly mowed in a circular pattern. Now, I'm not saying it was aliens. But it might have been aliens. I mean, here's my thing with things about like back in the 1600s and stuff. I feel like, unlike today, I feel like this stuff doesn't just get made up back then.
I don't know. Because they're calling it the devil did it. They're saying the devil did it in that pamphlet. And that was what a lot of things that were later explained by science turned out to be, you know. Anything they didn't understand, they blamed it. It was the work of the devil.
Work of the devil.
Yes.
So, so this could definitely be something that's unexplained. And the fact that it's described in circular patterns.
Circular patterns.
Happened overnight.
In a field. Now, we fast forward. I don't know what that was. we fast forward a couple centuries. Okay. Now we're going to jump up to like the 1970s and 80s. Okay.
Now, crop circles started popping up all over southern England. Often near ancient monuments, actually, like Stonehenge or Avebury. This is when the link between crop circles and UFOs really kind of took hold. UFO enthusiasts, or croppies. Fucking croppies. That's what they call themselves.
Croppies.
Crop circle enthusiasts. Croppies, as they're affectionately known.
Okay.
Croppies.
Okay, croppies.
They started suggesting that these patterns were actually messages or signs from extraterrestrial beings. I mean, let's be honest here. We've all seen pictures of crop circles.
Yeah, and a lot of people have seen the movie Signs by M. Night Shyamalan-Ding-Dong. Excuse me.
You know, I mean, now, I know what you're thinking. What about those two old guys?
Yes, I've seen the pictures. They've got the 2x4, and they just
and they
pulled
admitted
up the string and used one foot to kind of tamp it down.
Yep, they admitted to making all the crop circles, and that's correct. In 1991, two men named Doug Bauer and Dave Chorley confessed to creating many of the crop circles in England using nothing more than boards, rope, and some wire. They were inspired by earlier reports of UFO landings and cleverly hid their tracks in tractor tire ruts. But here's the thing. Not all crop circles can be explained away that easily. Right?
Okay.
So, now, despite the confessions of the duo, right, a significant number of crop circles remain unexplained. with some really intriguing evidence suggesting that not all of them are man-made.
Okay.
For instance, here's a weird one. Seeds from within a crop circle have been found to exhibit significant increase in growth compared to those from outside the formation. In controlled experiments, seeds exposed to short bursts of radiation grew bigger and faster than those that were not. This suggests that the energy used to create these formations leaves a residual trace that affects the growth of the crops. So, literally, seeds that they found from within inside certain crop circles
Grow faster.
and better. I mean, could this be evidence?
Because, okay, so the theory tying it to aliens would be this is the pattern that of a landing, like that the ship left, or that they cut themselves as some sort of communication.
So we'll get into that. That's kind of interesting. Because it's not just the crops themselves that are affected, actually. So it's not just the crops. People have actually reported strange occurrences when inside the crop circles.
Oh, like weather patterns,
Well, so
temperatures.
for example, cameras, watches, and other electronic devices often stop working when inside of the crop circle. One experiment, a woman with an enlarged thyroid actually sat down in the crop circle with doctors under her monitor, right? Mm-hmm. It shrank by 40% by sitting in the crop circle by 2.5 hours.
It shrunk her thyroid?
By 40%.
That is a bold claim.
Yeah. So now, so here's the thing. These old guys, like, whenever like stories would come out about things that they found at crop circles, then the old guys would come forward and be like, "Oh, by the way, we did that too," and and then they'd start doing it. But it would never be as good. Like, they tried to show a demonstration of how they made a circle. Mm-hmm. And they're supposed to be, a lot of these, some of these crop circles are super precise. Huge. And like they couldn't demonstrate how to, like, that they did it well. Like, they definitely made some, but they're not as precise.
Well, and they're saying these two older gentlemen were doing them, and they appear overnight.
So there's one that's probably the biggest one ever made, right? And it's like it's like a big fractal spiral, and there are no tractor lines. And so how did there's no footprints or anything. How did they get made? These fuckers tried to say that they pole vaulted through the field, saying, like, you should have seen us flying over the tops of the crops, in and out. And that's how they did it. Mind you, the one they did it.
Aren't they in their 70s?
I'm gonna post a picture of the crop circle. Mind you, it's fucking massive. It's so big.
I think I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, it's got the swirls.
And so they said, also, mind you, it rained the night before. So and there's no muddy footprints anywhere. None. The other thing is the ones that they do, it breaks. They break them. Mm-hmm. Well, the ones that they didn't do aren't broke.
They're just smushed down.
They're laid down, and sometimes in a cross pattern. Like, but the thing is they'll continue to grow, and then eventually stand back up.
That's weird.
There's a bunch of weird anomalies, right? So I'm going to go through some anomalies here, right?
Okay.
Some studies have reported that, like I said, seeds from crop circles have increased or decreased, altered growth patterns, different things like that, right? Some witnesses have reported electromagnetic interference with electronic devices. Some have also claimed to feel a physical sensation, such as tingling, dizziness, or nausea. Nausea is a big one when it comes to things like that. These phenomena are explained by some as the result of residual energy or frequency left by the crop circle makers. This is a weird one. Ghost formations. So this is fucking weird.
Ghost formations.
Some crop circles have appeared in fields that were previously harvested, leaving no trace of the plants that were flattened. These formations are also said to be imprinted by a non-physical force or intelligence. So it's like, so here's what happens.
Okay.
The crop circle appears overnight. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then the field eventually gets
Harvested. Yeah,
right?
cleared.
And then as the field grows back in, the design is back. Like
it's imprinted.
It's like imprinted, and it happens like 3 or 4 times, and eventually it fades out.
Really?
But why would that happen if it was done by 2 old men and a board?
I don't know. It's hard to picture with the size and intricacy of all of them that it was just a couple old dudes with a board.
Yeah. There's also been some crop circles have been reported in snow-covered fields or forests where the snow or branches were bent or melted in precise patterns. These cases are considered to be impossible to replicate by human means. Some crop circles have displayed intricate designs, mathematical proportions, and geometric accuracy that are beyond the skills, really, of the human hoaxsters, anyways, of those two. Some have also been created in a very short time span under the cover of darkness or in remote locations. Some have contained symbols, pictograms, or codes that are actually interpreted as messages. Some examples are like there's been like faces, and then there's been like different like binary codes that have been left.
Oh, I haven't seen anything like that in the pictures I've seen.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen those.
Yeah, there's some crazy ones. I'll post a couple links to some really interesting examples in the show notes. So, yeah, it's fucking crazy. Some scientists have conducted experiments and analysis on crop circles and have found results that support non-human origin. For example, Dr. William Levengood, a researcher, claimed that he detected changes in the magnetic field, soil chemistry, and plant physiology of crop circles that could not be explained by natural or human causes. Colin Andrews, a veteran crop circle researcher, estimated that 20% of crop circles were genuine or not man-made. Some historians have traced the origins of crop circles to ancient times and cultures, such as Celtic stone circles and Native American medicine wheels and the Nazca lines.
Oh, yeah.
You know, these historical examples are seen as proof that crop circles are a part of a long tradition of, geometry and communication with, outside fucking things.
Yeah.
It's just kind of fucking nutty.
It is very nutty.
And it's a weird thing.
Well, I remember seeing them because sometimes Unsolved Mysteries would do like the UFO stuff.
Yeah.
At the end of the episode.
Yeah.
They'd have like the the more conspiracy theory end of Unsolved Mysteries, and I remember them doing an episode on crop circles.
That's true. I mean, especially if you've never seen them, like go out and take a look at them. They're pretty batty. So I'm going to post a video, or I'm going to post a link to a National Geographic had a really interesting, it's just like a little preview video, but in there they have like, it looked like taken real footage. There's always like these orbs. So you asked about like landing. Is it like a landing pattern and stuff? No. So what it is these orbs that come and they kind of float around, and then the crop circles sort of appear. And they have a video.
There's orbs? We got orbs?
Well, we always have, right? The silver orbs.
Oh, that. Okay.
Yeah, not like ghost orbs.
I thought you meant ghost orbs. No, I was like, wait, what?
We're talking silver orbs.
Silver, okay.
So I'm going to post a link to this thing. There's all kinds of cool, like, shows examples of what some of them look like. There's no way.
Those are so precise.
Yeah. I mean, and let me see here if I can find the one that I'm talking about. It gets kind of...
They're very pretty.
They are. It's kind of crazy how they fucking, like how they look. Some of the... I don't know. I don't buy for a second that there's... You know what I mean? These are being made by just some fucking...
There's a heart in that one. That makes it look...
Yeah.
A little sketch.
Well,
but some of these, are just so intricate and detailed. It
is true. Let me see here. I'm trying to find it. I don't know where it's at. Oh, fucking, we'll find it later. But it's kind of, but they're nuts if you go and look at them. And some of them, like I said, I guess there was like a radio. They were showing off sort of ceremonially, right? This new technology with a radio telescope where they can send a message into deep space. So they sent a message into deep space with like a basic code on it that told a bunch of things, right? It told like in real basic terms, that we're humans and where Earth is and where carbon-based life forms and, just some general information, how many people we're populated by, what planet in our solar system we occupy, just a bunch of different fun things. And they sent it out. And then one day, pretty close near one of these radio telescopes, a fucking crop circle appeared that was the code replied. It replied.
It replied?
In a crop circle.
Something answered?
Yeah, and it's actually pretty fucking nutty. Like, so these things aren't just like patterns. Like, there's actually information in some of these. There's actually patterns. Because some of them are fractals, which is a mathematical equation.
Okay.
And so they're deciphering information. There's one that came out in binary that they could actually assign to words.
What did it say?
I don't know, something about fucking who they are and shit like that. Yeah. I'll post a link to it in the show notes. It's but the more you deep dive into the crop circles, it's fucking batty. And it all started
I had a memory, and I don't know if this is true or not, but isn't one of the first like messages that we sent out to space like video of Hitler?
No. So
what am I remembering that from?
You're remembering the movie Contact.
Yes,
with
Contact.
Jodie Foster. And their whole thing was
that's why I have that image in my head.
Yeah, their whole thing was that it's just our broadcast. That was like one of the first things that was ever broadcast on TV.
Okay.
Was the opening
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
The opening of the Berlin Olympics.
God, I watched something the other day that was making fun of that. Like, have you ever seen that goddamn movie? We waited that whole movie to see what the aliens look like, and it was just her fucking dead dad. Oh, God, it's so funny.
On a beach.
On a beach.
I'm okay to go. I'm okay to go.
Okay to go. Okay to go. And like, I like how they just brushed off the fact that her camera recorded like hours of static, like hours. Like that's like not like, oh, this is whatever. It malfunctioned for fucking hours. Like any actual like quantum physicist would worth their salt would be like,
maybe it was just a cover up. It was like it was fuckery.
A lot of fuckery. Yeah, they just
Matthew McConaughey and his fuckery.
Yeah, and his religious fuckery. What is it with him and just showing up and being like, I'm a preacher. I listen here. I'm going to bed you, and then I'm a preacher. And then I can't let you go and talk to the aliens because it's your dead dad. It's your daddy. It's your daddy. Now, anybody know where I can get some AIDS drugs? My girlfriend Jared Leto needs some AIDS drugs. I went a couple of ways with that. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of crazy though, because do you know? So you had the two old men, right? But then there was a breakthrough. Do you know who actually is making all these? Turned out it's kind of crazy. It's Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell is an asset.
It's fucking Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell is an asset.
Secret Kurt Russell. Fucking Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell. I'm surprised. I wonder if he's seen any crop circles.
Right?
He
had to have. He had to have.
I mean, you saw the Phoenix Lights.
His fingerprints are on everything.
Yes, it's true. It all comes back to Kurt Russell. No, but crop circles are fucking weird, and I don't think they get enough attention. And I'm kind of curious because they're not like talked about, or I haven't seen.
I think not a lot of people paid that much attention to them in the first place, and then this story came out like, oh, it was these two old dudes. Everyone was just like, oh, just.
Yeah, but you know what?
No need to think about it anymore.
But here's the other thing: when's the last time you saw a crop circle?
It's been a long fucking time.
Like, when's the last time
heard about them or anything?
Like, you'd think if one of these showed up right now, like, people would be like, holy fuck.
Possibly. I don't know.
When's the last?
No, they're kind of out of fashion.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's passe, I guess. Crop circles are so last
They're
season. They're so last season.
Crop circles? How 1999 of you? Oh. Let's ask AI. What was the last reported crop circle? Let's see if we can find an answer. Searching, and we're searching. Blah, blah, blah. Peaked in the 90s or 2000. Continues today.
Really? Because the last time I saw anything about crop circles was,
an average of 30 crop circles appear each year in the UK.
Huh.
Around 80% of them in Wiltshire. To date, approximately 10,000 of them have been reported.
10,000?
What the fuck? 10,000? The last reported crop circle in the U.S. was a massive last warning crop circle that appeared in Washington State in 2018.
What?
The last reported crop circle in France was, last warning? What the fuck?
What does that mean?
What is that?
What? Last warning? Oh my God.
Wait, what?
What is this?
I don't know. I think I clicked on a thing and I don't know if I want to be here. But oh, come on now.
That's footage from Mount St. Helens, wasn't it? What is going on? What is... I don't know. We should not have clicked on this.
No, this is bullshit. Oh,
no.
Well, this is a real thing. So this is a real, genuine crop circle, though.
What?
Yeah, that's a real fucking one. That's real. That's legitimate. In that, in this... hold on. There we go. And this actually is a binary code that has an actual message in it. It's real. That's a real one. Yeah.
That's insane.
That's a real one.
That's just insane.
It's legit. Yeah, I'll post.
It's a picture of a gray alien.
Yeah, it's a gray alien pictogram.
Giving you a Pokeball.
Yeah. That's exactly what he's doing. Oh my God, that's so funny. You know what? I'm just going to take a screen grab of this.
Yes.
And I'll post it in the show notes. So that
or he's delivering you a pizza.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe the aliens just want to give us a pizza.
It's possible because it's like 30 minutes or less. Clock's ticking.
Yeah.
Take the fucking pizza.
Wise man say, or Confucius say, wisdom is divine, but never pay for full price for late pizza. Oh, I love those Ninja Turtles. But so I'll post a link to that, the video from National Geographic about it. It's really interesting, and they have a clip in there that's well worth watching. The thing is only like 5 minutes long, but there's a tiny little clip in there that it looks like home video footage of these orbs, and you can see the crop circle being cut out out of thin air. It's fucking crazy. I'll find it and I'll show it to you. You know what? Through the magic of editing, I'm gonna find it and show it to you right now.
Okay.
So here we go. Ready? Are we ready? We're gonna come in. We're just be right back.
Time travel.
And we're back. Amazing. Okay, here we go. Are you ready?
Okay. Let's see this.
And there.
What the fuck?
Isn't that crazy?
Let me see that again, because I wasn't looking at the field.
Yep.
Because I was looking at the two orbs flying
so
away.
What we're looking at
and what the fuck are those?
We're looking at a field, and this very much looks like real home footage. This doesn't look like. And so it's two orbs flying around in a field, and then like the crop circle like just starts to cut into the field. So here we go. And I mean,
it's hard to get a sense of how big they are, or they look like they could be silver.
Yep. Silver
but
they
could be white. They could be like white drones or something, but the way that they're flying, I don't know.
Yeah, they're flying around kind of weird. They're flying around a lot like like how we've heard about these things flying around in the past.
Yeah.
Or like David Fravor and the Tic Tac. And so some of these are fucking kind of nutty. That one looks, I think, is man-made.
Yeah. Anytime I see like a star or a heart or
but
anything that could be an emoji, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. No shit. I mean, so at the end of the day, what we have here are some of them fake? Most of them are. Probably 80% of them, 90% are fake. Probably even more, right? But there is significant evidence that says that some of them definitely aren't made by us. And like the scientists went out and researched and said that like the joints of where the bend happens, it wasn't like it was broken. It actually was more like it exploded out like popcorn, how it like radiation heated it up and it burst out.
Okay.
So there's actually a lot that like lends to it being more than just man-made. There's a lot of fucking weirdness with it.
No, I mean it's hard to believe that that people can make those because they're so big. Yeah. I mean, if they were using some kind of laser or something.
No, so what they were using.
But there's no heat.
No, so what they were using was a board, a rope.
Yes.
And they had a hat and they had a wire that came down with a circle and they used that to, he's like, you just look forward with that and you keep it right there and you make a perfect line.
Huh.
That's what they said they used.
Interesting.
Yep. And so... But I mean, they found metal, like weird little metal balls.
And why? What gave these two old dudes this idea? Let's go.
Well, because they
make
heard
circles out in Bob's field.
Because there was a lot of talk that came about of UFO sightings, and they wanted to make something to be like, oh, this is where they landed. Mm-hmm. I think that they saw legit ones, and they were like, well, we want to cash in on this. Because they have a history of that. They have a history of claiming things that were discovered outside of them as their own.
Okay.
So, but, I mean, listen, crazier things have happened. I mean, the forefront of the alien hunter is Tom DeLonge. Okay. The world is fucking crazy. All right.
There's lizard people. On Southwest Air.
On fucking American Airlines.
American Airlines.
The pyramid is a power plant. And
Kurt Russell is an asset.
And the fucking the number one UFO propulsion reverse engineer guy is a fucking pimp.
Yep.
And guys. And this is the world that we live in. All of this is real, guys. Wake up. Obviously, it makes perfect sense. Oh, and by the way, the moon's still not real. This has been another fun-filled episode of UFOh Snap, and I thank you for joining us. It's always appreciated. Be sure to check us out on all the socials and all the other fun things. And, and I'm Jake.
I'm Lindsay.
Take care. Goodbye.